What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Thursday, February 5th, 2015, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want, also on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to our page. Amy Pascal steps down as Sony Picture Entertainment's co-chairman and chairman of the Motion Pictures Group on Thursday, a move that wasn't terribly surprising given the 2 months of chaos that preceded her resignation. In the weeks leading up to Thursday's announcement, Sony was crippled by a massive cyber attack that included embarrassing leaks of Pascal's email, which was followed by the cancellation and eventual uncancellation of the Seth Rogen-James Franco comedy The Interview. The Wrap compiled the timeline of the events leading up to Pascal's resignation. On November 24th, Sony gets hacked with employees greeting by an ominous message on their computer screen when they attempt to log in. At the time, the cyber attack is attributed to a hacker group calling itself Guardians of Peace. Hacked by at #GOP, the message read, accompanied by an image of a skeleton. Pascal remained silent as the group is besieged and employees' personal information, including medical records, is compromised. On December 4th, all hell broke loose. The Hollywood Reporter ranked Pascal number 4 on its annual Women in Entertainment Power 100, at least at the time. On December 8th, the hack turned a personal turn for Pascal as hackers released her email box to the internet. Among the revelations in Pascal's emails, a skirmish with producer Scott Rudin over the state of the Steve Jobs biopic Jobs. The Jobs conversation also included concerns that Angelina Jolie potentially luring director David Fincher away to direct the Cleopatra film. Rudin wrote in one message, "I'm not destroying my career over a minimally talented spoiled brat who thought nothing of shoving this off her plate for 18 months so she can go direct the movie." On December 10th, Pascal has an awkward encounter with Angelina Jolie at the Hollywood Reporter Women in Entertainment Power 100 breakfast. December 11th, Pascal and Rudin are compelled to apologize after email exchange between the pair is revealed in which they made racially insensitive remarks about President Obama. Rudin asked after Pascal sought his advice on what she should say to Obama at a fundraiser, would he like to finance some movies? Her response was, "I doubt it. Should I ask him if he liked Django?" said Pascal, with Rudin replying, 12 years? Pascal continued, "Or The Butler, or Think Like a Man." December 11th, in an interview with the Reps, Sharon Waxman, Pascal was asked whether the leak has damaged her to the point that she can no longer effectively lead Sony. Pascal doesn't exactly exclude confidence in her reply. Pascal said, "I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true. I don't think it's true." On December 17th, Sony decides to pull the James Franco-Seth Rogen comedy The Interview. The film, which depicts the pairing embarking on a plot to assassinate North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, is believed to have spurred the hack in which North Korea is now believed to have played a part in it. Sony's decision is met with criticism, with Newt Gingrich, Rob Lowe, and Mitt Romney, among others, accusing the company of caving under pressure. On December 19th, President Obama says Sony's decision to pull The Interview from theaters was ill-advised, telling reporters, "I think they've made a mistake." With North Korea as a suspect in the Sony hack, Obama took Sony to task for capitulating. "We cannot have a society in which some dictator in some place can start imposing censorship here in the U.S. If somebody can intimidate folks out of release of a satirical comedy, imagine what they'll do when they see a documentary or a political film they don't like. That's not who we are. That's not what America's about." On December 23rd, Sony decides to release The Interview in theaters after all, along with the video-on-demand release. Christmas comes early for freedom of expression. On December 27th, following the box office redemption of The Interview, Pascal was descended on by paparazzi at a Los Angeles International Airport. Asked if the film's financial success would help her keep her job, Pascal again wasn't terribly confident. "I hope so," she replied. On December 28th, The Interview takes in $2.8 million at the box office over the 4-day weekend of its release, a far cry from the $20 million plus that the film was projected to make when it was scheduled for a nationwide release, but respectable given its limited release. At least Roy Brewer, Sony's president of worldwide distribution, is pleased with the haul. While this is a complete unprecedented circumstances without proper comparisons, we're very pleased with how it's doing theatrically, where we are seeing numbers sell out across the country. and online, where it remains at the top of many charts. Brewer said most gratifying of all is hearing how people band together to watch the film and have a good time. Online, the film takes in another $15 million. On January 5th, Sony CEO Kazuzu Harari addressed the hack attack for the first time at CES. He said, quote, I have to say freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of association are important lifelines of Sony in our entertainment business. Harari said during his keynote address. He went on to praise the studio for releasing the interview. On January 7th, Harari appeared at the Culver City lot of Sony Pictures Entertainment, telling executives and employees in a memo that the company would emerge from the cyber attack stronger than ever. Notably absent from Harari's memo any mention of Pascal or Sony Entertainment CEO Michael Linden. February 4th, Pascal appeared at the African American Film Critics Award, the Association Awards in Hollywood, appearing as one individual said, a bit manic. Another witness added that Pascal was behaving erratically. Though she announced her resignation as Sony Pictures Entertainment's co-chairman and chairman of the Motion Pictures Group, though she will cease into launching a production venture with the studio in May. Pascal said of the move, I have spent almost my entire professional life at Sony Pictures, and I am energized to be starting this new chapter based at the company I call home. But Christina Brown remains on life support Thursday at the Emory University Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia, despite media reports that she has been removed from a ventilator. The 21-year-old father of R&B singer Brian Brown told Atlanta Journal-Constitution after dire reports surfaced, if we issued a statement every time the media pushed a false report regarding this matter, that's all we would be doing 24 hours a day. This is false, just as the vast majority of the other reporting that is currently taking place, he said. Numerous media outlets reported earlier in the day that the family members, including singer Brown and Bobby Christina's 81-year-old grandmother, Cissy Houston, were gathered at the 21-year-old's bedside to say goodbye. An unidentified family member also told the Reuters news agency, claiming that their family had decided to remove Bobby Christina from life support were not true. The daughter of Brown and the late pop singer Whitney Houston was placed in a medically induced coma and connected to a ventilator after being rushed to a hospital near her Roswell, Georgia home on Saturday. The situation is especially chilling, given that Houston was found dead of a drug overdose in a bathtub in Los Angeles' Beverly Hilton Hotel. She died February 11, 2012, during Grammy weekend. Paramedics were called to the house when live-in partner Nick Gordon and a friend found her unconscious and face down in the bathtub. After initial treatments at North Fulton Hospital in Roswell, she was transferred to Emory University Hospital in Atlanta Monday. The RAB contacted Brown's Boston-based attorney Christopher Brown of Brown & Rosen, LLC, for a statement regarding Bobby Christina's condition on Thursday. However, he said the family had no comment. The lawyer had previously said that Bobby Christina and Gordon never married, despite repeated social media proclamations by the 21-year-old that she and Gordon were husband and wife. Brian Williams made no mention of his false Iraq helicopter story on Thursday night's broadcast of NBC Nightly News. He apologized a day earlier during the broadcast, but that apology, where he said, I made a mistake, has only led to more controversy for the venerable newscaster. After telling the story for more than a decade of being in a helicopter that has been forced down by a rocket-propelled grenade in Iraq, Williams admitted that the story wasn't true. This was in response to a report in the military news Star and Stripes asserting that Williams was not shut down, but rather was on a helicopter behind the one that was brought down by an RPG. On Wednesday, Williams changed his story to say that he was on a different helicopter behind the one that sustained fire. He claimed to have conflated the two. Williams claimed that because of the fog war, he confused exactly what happened, then holed up against a wave of military veterans and pundits on television who took aim at the newscaster throughout the day Thursday. His credibility was hurt in the public as well, with the hashtag Brian Williams misremembers trending on Twitter. As recently as last week, Williams was still recalling the false story on NBC Nightly News, while he shared it with David Letterman on The Late Show as recently as 2013. Pilots came forward on Thursday in the media with different accounts of what happened that day, though Christopher Simone and Alan Kelly, who have said that they were the two pilots of Williams' helicopter, said in an interview that their convoy did not come under fire. And Joe Summerlin, who was on the helicopter that was forced down, said in an interview that Williams' helicopter was part of a different mission and at least a half hour behind theirs. Rich Krell told CNN that he had piloted Williams and that the helicopter had come under fire, though not from a PRG. He said that Williams was part of the same formation as the struck helicopter, and that the time discrepancy was because Williams' helicopter took a detour to drop off their payload, but regrouping with the other two helicopters. Throughout the debacle, NBC has remained silent, telling CNN that it stands by Williams' apology on Thursday, and Williams did not address the growing discussion surrounding the incident on Thursday night's broadcast. It was business as usual at NBC Nightly News, with Williams reporting on the day's events. Twitter has teamed up with the Grammy Awards to beat the music award show drum 140 characters at a time. On Thursday, the social network and award show organizers announced they were kicking off a series of #only on Twitter chats, giving fans real-time access to artists and nominees leading up to Sunday, including Best New Artist contender Sam Smith and Album of the Year nominee Pharrell. Lance Turner, head of the music talent at Twitter, told the Wrap, "We're so excited to work with the Grammys to power a direct connection between superstars and fans before such an anticipated night for music. Twitter is uniquely designed for collectively sharing these real-time moments." Up first at the mic was the Twitter Q&A between Usher and legendary R&B singer Charlie Wilson Thursday afternoon. The two musicians answered each other's question in addition to interacting with fans around the hashtag #AskUsherandCharlie. Announcements from other heavily nominated artists will be rolled out later in the day, with Twitter chats continuing through Sunday. The social media platform has also released its version of a Grammys lineup with a list of the nominated songs and artists who've garnered the most buzz on Twitter from December through February. If Twitter users determine the nominees for Song of the Year, the contenders would be as follows. Shake It Off at Taylor Swift 13, All About the Bass at Megan _Trainier, Stay With Me at Sam Smith World, Chandeliers at Sia, and Take Me to Church at Hoser. The 57th Annual Grammy Awards will air on CBS Sunday, February 8th from 8 to 11:30 p.m. NSYNC star Lance Bass and his new husband Michael Turchin touched down in Florida for a mass wedding ceremony celebrating the union of 100 couples. The 35-year-old pop star who wed Turchin last December served as the official ambassador for Fort Lauderdale's Love is Love event on February 5th. The 100 couples included both same-sex and straight pairs, with some tying the knot for the first time and others renewing their vows. Love is Love is also unofficially marks the start of marriage equality in the Sunshine State, where the first same-sex couples began marrying on January 5th. The newlyweds and recommitted couples represented 18 U.S. states, as well as London, Italy, and South America, according to the press representatives. It's been a whirlwind week for Bass and Turchin, who have been in the midst of the publicity tour for their new E-special, Lance Loves Michael, the Lance Bass Wedding. The 90-minute show, which aired on February 5th, reportedly marked the first time a same-sex celebrity wedding had been televised. Marvel's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. has cast the Tomorrow People's Luke Mitchell in her current Inhumans-related role. Mitchell will play Lincoln, a charismatic Inhuman who has an important role in helping Skye, played by Chloe Bennett, understanding the true extent of her transformation. The Inhumans, as are they known in the Marvelverse, are a race of beings that have been genetically enhanced by the Kree, the same alien species from Guardians of the Galaxy. It was revealed in the S.H.I.E.L.D.'s mid-season finale that Skye is actually Inhumane Daisy Johnson, a.k.a. Quake, and that her father, played by Kyle MacLachlan, is Dr. Calvin Zabel, or Mr. Hyde, a villain in the comic books. Developing the Inhumane story in S.H.I.E.L.D. comes ahead of Marvel's launching an Inhumane feature film in 2018. Marvel's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. returns to ABC on March 3rd at 9 p.m. Former glam rock star Gary Glitter faces spending the remainder of his life in prison after being found guilty of a series of child sex offenses on 3 young girls ages between 8 and 13. A jury of 5 men and 7 women took 2 days to convict the flamboyant star, now 70, of 6 offenses committed in the 1970s and 1980s, including the attempted rape of an 8-year-old child and having unlawful sex with a 12-year-old girl, a charge which carries a life sentence. Judge Alistair McCreath told him, "In light of verdicts, I am remanding him in custody." Blair was cleared of 2 counts of indecent assault and 1 count of administering a drug and other things in order to facilitate sexual intercourse. He will be sentenced on February 27th. The father of 3, whose real name is Paul Gadd, raised his eyebrows and looked shocked when the verdicts were read out. He blew kisses to the public gallery full of reporters as he was let down to the cell. His predatory sexual offenses against his child victims, including fans that helped propel him to stardom, went unpunished for 40 years because of the immunity of fame, the prosecution said during the trial. However, that vanished after the singer's fall from grace when he was found to have a voracious appetite for child abuse images. He was convicted in 1999 of building up a library of 4,000 such images involving children as young as 2. Late in 2012, he was arrested as part of the Operation Yewtree investigation set up in the wake of the Jimmy Savile child abuse scandal. It was during this period that his 3 victims, now grown women, found the courage to tell the police about the abuse, although they had previously confided in others. Each broke down in tears as they described how the star they had idolized as children had abused them. One, a nurse in her 40s, told the jury how the singer, by then a house name who had sold 18 million records, had picked her up in his Rolls Royce and driven her to a mansion with a special suites room, a swimming pool, and a pony when she was 8. She was excited there was a party, but that night in 1975, as she lay sleeping with a friend, the star crept into their bedroom and attempted to rape her, an attack which left her broken and ashamed, she said. She summoned the courage to go to the police when she heard he had been arrested for child abuse images. She wanted to know that it wasn't just the images, she said. Blatt committed the 6 offenses during the height of glitter mania, when thousands of his screaming fans would gather at airports, and he could not walk down the street without being recognized. He would shower his fans with red roses at his concert, he told the court, and gave them jackets, t-shirts, and other gifts. But his fame allowed him to target the vulnerable among them and subject them to sexual assaults, which he told one was our secret. Incubus plans to follow up its 2011 LP, if not now, when, with the release of 2 new EPs through Island Records. Today the band has premiered a new single called Absolution Calling, which one can stream below. Absolute Calling follows Trust Falls, which the band debuted during a concert in December. The first 2 EPs will be released as soon as this month, with the second following in summer. Other tracks titles include Make Out Party and Dance Like You're Dumb. Yesterday, Sports Illustrated was finally featuring a plus-size model in its page. Ashley Graham, a size 16 beauty, appeared in an ad for Swimsuits for All, an online swimwear retailer that caters to plus-size women. Well, it turns out that there is a plus-size model featured in the editorial pages of the SI swimsuit issue. They were studying Robin Lawley. Lawley, a 25-year-old Australian native who's represented by Wilhelmina Models, graced the issue's rookie section, sporting a skimpy tangerine and snake print Monty Swim bikini that shows off her smoking hot curves. This year's coveted swimsuit issue featured Hannah Davis posing on the cover in a barely there black crochet bikini in what could be one of the mag's sexiest shots of all time. And by including models that allowed more a comprehensive idea of sexy, Sports Illustrated may have solidified edition as the best swimsuit issue ever. The Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue goes on sale February 9th. That's the Entertainment Report for Thursday, February 5th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'm going to be back tomorrow to wrap up the week, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of the show. Just search for The Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, and it'll take you to our page. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.